Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. In today's video, I want to take a look at a possible worst-case scenario type situation for the Edmonton Oilers. Now, we all know the threat of an Evan Bouchard offer sheet has been out there since July 1st, and the Oilers don't look like they're any closer to getting a deal done. They do have a comparable now with the Bowen Byram contract that was signed with the Colorado Avalanche today. So I think the Oilers are looking in between that $3.5 to $4 million range on a 1 or a 2 year deal with Bouchard. But what if a team does offer sheet Evan Bouchard? I was thinking a little bit more about the possibility today, did a little bit of research, and my research took me to a team that I think is actually prime to steal Evan Bouchard away from the Edmonton Oilers, and that would be a Pacific Division opponent in the form of the Seattle Kraken, who have already made news in oil country today, signing Kailer Yamamoto to a 1 year, $1.5 million deal. Now, with Kailer Yamamoto on the Seattle Kraken, Adam Larsson on the Seattle Kraken, could they be influencing Evan Bouchard in any way to possibly join them in Seattle? Taking a look at Seattle's cap situation, they're quite good right now. They've got over $14 million in cap space. They have all their draft picks. Like I said, they are in a prime position to steal Evan Bouchard away from the Edmonton Oilers. They have the money, they have the draft picks, and they have the motivation. The Edmonton Oilers are a team the Seattle Kraken could very likely play in the playoffs. The Kraken have all the motivation in the world to make the Edmonton Oilers weaker, and they have people on their team that could possibly influence Evan Bouchard to head to Seattle. And it's not like Evan Bouchard is taking a huge step down going to the Seattle Kraken. Seattle took huge steps this year, made it to the second round of the playoffs, even I guess you could say a little bit further than the Edmonton Oilers. They went to 7 games, Edmonton only went to 6, so, I mean, the Oilers look like they're more primed to win a Stanley Cup than the Seattle Kraken are right now, but it wouldn't be like Bouchard's going to Anaheim where they're rebuilding. The Seattle Kraken certainly aren't Stanley Cup contenders, but getting Evan Bouchard would definitely be a step in the right direction. So with the Oilers looking to spend $3.5 to $4 million on Evan Bouchard, what would the Seattle Kraken have to give Bouchard to prime away from the Edmonton Oilers? Well, if we take a look at the compensation here on Cap Friendly, between $4.2 to $6.4 million is a first-round pick and a third-round pick. So the Oilers would probably match if it's closer or just over $4 million, but when you get into the $5-6 million range, it's really going to be tough for them to match any offer from Seattle. But if I was Seattle, I might take it one step further, go into the next tier from 6.4 to 8.5. You do have to give up a first, second, and a third round pick, but if you go into that range, I virtually guarantee that they will get Evan Bouchard. And if they're doing this offer sheet, they want him, so you're giving up one more pick, but you're getting a potential top pairing defenseman for years to come. So if I'm Seattle, I do that. Now, obviously, a big thing in this, well, maybe the biggest thing in this, is that Evan Bouchard has to actually want to leave Edmonton. It's not like the Edmonton Oilers are a dumpster fire right now. This is a team that's looking to contend for the Stanley Cup. You're playing with Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and although the Oilers can't give him the big money this summer, Bouchard will get his contract next summer. So if you're Bouchard, it's not like your big money deal is years away. The Oilers are going to give you $3-4 million this summer and then the big deal next summer. So you're going to get your money, but I guess it's just how quickly Bouchard wants that money. So let's say the Seattle Kraken go through with this, offer sheet Evan Bouchard, and the Oilers are left with a big hole in their top 4. What do? Well, they're left with a big hole, and they really don't have that much more cap space. Like, they were going to pay Bouchard, like I said, something in the $3.5 to $4 million range. And most of the big free agents are gone by now or wouldn't sign for that amount of money. So the Oilers could go the trade route or take Philip Broberg, insert Broberg in the top 4, give him those minutes that Ken Holland was talking about giving him, see how it goes, and if it goes bad, try and upgrade at the trade deadline, which I think the Oilers are going to try and do anyway, but they're going to do it with a bit more cap space. If they put Broberg up there, maybe they use the extra money to bring in another forward. They could bring in like a depth defenseman. I don't think there's any top 4 defensemen left out there to sign, like I said, but maybe if they lose Bouchard, give Broberg that shot and get another bottom pairing defenseman, something like that. But I think it's something in that range. Well, I think that's all I had to say on that one, guys. Let me know your thoughts on a possible Seattle Kraken offer sheet to Evan Bouchard in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.